Hello, and welcome to the Deep Blue Renegade podcast. My name is Molly, also known as the Deep Blue Renegade, and I'd like to welcome you guys to episode 22, which will be entitled Surprise! I was knitting like a fiend today and realized that while it might be glum outside, I had plenty of things to share with you, so I figured had a late episode, but I could have an early episode too. So, what is it? This is Friday, December 20th, 2013. And yeah, so back in the yarn room, different perspective. This time I'm in the chair that I had to take the legs off of in order to get it to fit through the very, very small door. We had gotten this, I don't know, last September or something, where our friend across the street was moving away to Cincinnati, and he was like, "What do you want for it?" And I'm like, "Yay, sure." So the plan was to put it in here all along, but I didn't get around to it till Monday. So it's in. I think I did this one after, after, what is it? Words. After I recorded, so I'd been like, you know what, screw it, it needs to go in. So, I think there's a ladybug up here. So that was distracting. Whatever. But yeah, no, I suppose it would be best to start at the beginning. So I finally have a finished object. Yay! And I have sock blockers. Woo! So I had quite literally woven in the ends 15 minutes ago. But these are the little bonbon socks. This is by Revi Shabat. This is a test knit that I did for her. And I wouldn't be able to tell you anymore which sock is which. I haven't washed these, but I am probably not going to. I wove in the ends, so they should be good to go and good for gifting. And I would say you can see, you can probably see how there's a little bit of extra room at this point here, which was my contribution to the pattern. And I have sock blockers because Marcia, who is known as Diet Squirt on Ravelry, was so kind to send them to me. So that was a really exciting package to get in the mail for sure. Here, let me... So I can now be a real podcaster. No, I don't put any stock at all in blocking socks. Just the way I am. But I think I can show you a little bit better what this pattern looks like all stretched out. So, one moment please. So then this, try to figure out the best way to show it, and I'm all backwards. So this is the main bonbon patterns here, and then the top of the foot has this sort of diamond shape pattern, which was good fun to knit. I was not quite halfway through the diamond pattern this morning, but I've just been sort of chilling out and watching podcasts and running through it. So yay, sock blockers! They're the perfect size for the feet, so that was good. And as you can tell here, the sock looks much more impressive on them. So so it seems to me that it's an essential podcaster tool. And I wouldn't suggest blocking socks on them because blocking gives drape, and drape is not something you want on socks. So I'm excited about it. I believe that they're Knit Picks sock blockers, so that was a very wonderful thing that ended up showing up. So yay, finished object, hurrah, off the needles. I don't have to worry about them anymore. And these will probably be going in the mail along with homemade jam. I don't make jam, my husband makes jam. He grew up on jam, and that is the only thing he wants to eat is homemade jam, so he makes his own. I occasionally buy sugar, sometimes stir, but it really isn't my operation. I don't come from a canning family, so it's all new to me. And I only have one thing on the needles now, which should come perhaps as no surprise. I am still working on Walk on the Moon. I've gotten a decent amount of progress. We ended up going rock climbing twice this week, so I ended up knitting in the car, knitting while watching podcasts, and I got to knit a little bit in the gym when it was taking too long for them to leave. So I was, last week I had just done the garter ridge of the first green, but I have finished the row of the little, I hadn't thought about this before, but these are actually mini noops, and it looks like nups, but it rhymes with soup, so they're called noops. And I hadn't thought about it when I did the first section of them up here, but they're noops. Very, very little noops, but noops nonetheless. So I have my cute little yarn balls now. And it seems to be going along great. I'm assuming I'm going to get a lot of time on this weekend. We're driving to Columbus at some point, tonight or tomorrow, and I hope to be able to get some time on this and get it going. My husband thinks this green is an ugly green, but it's sort of like a pea green or pistachio green, but whatever. So this, oh, did I even mention the pattern? This is Walk on the Moon by Arlene's World of Lace. And you can actually buy this pattern now, and initially it was only released with the kit, but can you even see the information? So that is Arlene's World of Lace, and it's quite a lot of fun. I don't know, there's just something addictive about getting to whatever, the next section of the chart. And like the charts are frankly huge. Nice long things, nice things to get through. So I'm at row 128, and the charts go until 168, and then there is a couple more rows of ribbing afterwards. Not too much, it seems. So there's 173 total, and I'm at 128, so not too much farther to go. So, what, 45 rows left? It might take a while. I don't know. Whatever. So it's been a lot of fun, and I have my row of yarn balls now. So life continues on. I will be casting things on. One of the nice things about being in the yarn room is that I will now have a chance to unpack the stash, run through it all, and figure out what I want to knit my mitts out of. And there's probably like a bajillion different projects that I want to do, but priority number one is mitts. Because my hands are cold. Brr. And I'll probably knit those on size 1 and fingering weight yarn. I just need to pick which of my many different fingering yarns to use. Probably not my wool mysa unless there's some leftovers that suit. I suppose it's just a crapshoot as to what I pick, but I do have all of my yarn reunited, which is wonderful. And we'll talk about other things later, so it'll work out. So that is my current work in progress. We'll see how much more we get done on this. So I'm speaking in academy. So let's see. So it's definitely, that's probably a good way of showing it off. So it's coming together. Almost there, 50 more rows, 45. And that'll be exciting. I also finished some spinning. Well, or at least have finished. So my Nitty Notty is still in the mail. I was a little bit worried because one of the boxes I mailed out Saturday arrived today, but the box I mailed out, or the 2 boxes I mailed out Friday, actually only one of them. I mailed 4 boxes. One of them arrived today. Which was a box full of very big fluffy things and things that were going to be really hard to fit in the car. But not the box that I mailed out Friday with my Nitty Notty and hand cards and all of that other fun stuff. So we're probably going to have to, when we head out of town, put a stop on our mail to make sure that we don't have stuff sitting on the stoop all week. But I balled up, since I don't have my Nitty Notty, the Fat Cat Knits BFO. So what we have in the center there is whatever that last little orangey bit. And then what we have on the outside, if I can stop moving, is the much thinner beginning section that I had. So, ta-da! I have no clue about the twist on this. I'm assuming it's going to be pretty wicked. I have not washed and thwacked this because I want to be able to get it on the Nitty Notty first. But it looks like it's a true fingering towards the end and then a very light fingering towards the beginning. And I can see here that there are a couple of issues with my Navajo plying initially. It took a little bit to get used to the rhythm of it, but I just pounded through whatever the last 30 grams of plying to just get it over with. And we shall see how it turns out. But this is like a really good sized ball. Like, it's sort of hard to believe that this is 89 grams of whatever lace to fingering weight yarn. Whoops, lace. I might need to knit these on zeros. So that this is the first. And what I'll be bringing with me is going to be the second half of the fiber. So halfway there. It certainly takes a lot less room this way, doesn't it? So, that will be hopping on the spindle soon. Actually, I'll just stuff it in my bag now, because I need to be ready to go if we decide to go tonight. Life's full of excitement. So this will be hopping on the spindle very soon. So it's all clear now, ready to go. I have my Lorna's Laces Very Happy Waist yarn. I as a leader and as a hook for my spindle here. Looks like I'll probably have to do something interesting fairly soon to make sure the hook stays on, because the hook is pretty gnarly looking, if you guys can see there. The hook has seen better days. It definitely wasn't stiff enough for the abuse of dropping it all the time like I do. Oh well. So that was an exciting development. So I'm glad that that's over, and now that I've had this refreshing plying break, I can then hop right into the spinning of this guy. I might not start on this right away, because I did promise my mother-in-law that I would, if she got fiber at Rhinebeck, that I would spin some for her. And she got fiber optic. This is the only fiber optic that I've spun, so this is my third spinning project, which is Hand Spun Hat, very descriptively named. So I am very excited about that. So I believe it's the case where one for her and one for me, and I get to spin them both. But so because my spindle is also in the box that has not yet arrived, or my other spindle, the spindle my friend Jen gave me, yeah, I am going to probably not start the Fat Cat Knits and if I'm going to be trying to furiously spin for my mother-in-law, so we'll see. And what I have on the Swift right now is my mustache. Hell of a skein. Hell of a! And so I have one on the Swift right now that I'll need to wind soon, and then I have this guy, which I'll probably wind as well, because I'm going to be starting the Hallelujah on the 26th of December. I might swatch beforehand, or I'll probably swatch beforehand. It sounds like, because this is a Mel pattern, and Mel loves swatches with a deep burning passion, that I'll probably have to make a Mel swatch, which will be a monster. So that might be keeping me busy fairly soon too. And you can really see in this light what a robin's egg blue this is. So this is lots of fun. So yeah, no, it's just this random sweater that's going to be on the needle soon. So the other thing is that the box of doom that hasn't arrived yet also has all of my fiber that I need to clean. I think a pair of shoes, some components, my stools, and some components of boxes that, or whatever, this like shelving unit thing that I would really like to get back. So, but since the mail lady already came by today, with whatever, my massive box of soft things, it's not looking very good for the mail lady coming a second time today to deliver the 3 missing boxes. So, fingers crossed that things arrive. If not, we'll be telling the post office to hold the mail. And I still haven't figured out a pattern for my fingerless mitts. It might be the case where, oh, what is it? I'm just looking at my stash yarn right now. I suppose I could show you guys. Now, mind you, the yarn room is a little bit messy right now, but let's try to give you guys the tour. Anyways, so right now this is the corner with the door, and I put my chair there because we don't actually keep anything in the in that particular closet. We have plenty of storage space, so that's not a big deal. I'll rotate this way. So this is the window. You can now sort of see my face. I probably won't be recording from the window side because that's just going to be a little overwhelming. And then we keep turning. So there's my astronomy poster, and this is the stash. So if we gently, oh so gently tilt up the camera. On top I have a lot of random sorts of things. The second shelf is my library, which is missing some things, but not the end of the world. And then my collection of lace weight. And I have some nice things. So I have my handspun lace weight, I have some yak silk, I have Woolmisa and my Woolmisa leftovers up there. If we go down one more, so the third shelf is all of my sock yarn. Or well, all of the sock yarn that I haven't unpacked yet from the boxes. So, just things that I knew I wasn't going to get around to. It looks like I have 2 bags of Woolmisa, and then a variety of other things. Some of it wound, some of it not. Oh, I have at least 3 bags of Woolmisa there, it looks like. I have 2 things of small balls and then 1 bag of, what is it, full-size one, so all in good. we tilt down. The one with the orange bag is my worsted and heavier. So that has the yarn for some yarn that I've gotten in swaps, some alpaca, some yarn that I'm going to be using for my Juneberry one day, and the bottom shelf is empty, which is fine. Now that white box there is, we tilt a little bit more, that is my Albuquerque stash, which is full of wonderful things. And the brown paper bag, oops, you can actually see the bottom of my computer. The brown paper bag is the books and other random things that I brought with me to Albuquerque. Okay, back to that, and then we keep rotating around. Actually, so that is the door of very incredibly smallness. The black things here are my blocking mats. I brought half to Albuquerque and half I left here. I did actually use them here, so I guess it worked out. There was a limit to how much stuff I could bring. And then this here is the skein winder that my husband and I made, the Dear Sweet Lovable one. And this has my Milana on it right now. I think we made this for approximately 20 bucks. There's a CAD model somewhere. We ended up making a CAD model of how it worked, and we realized that it was actually an over-constrained system, how it ended up all coming together. And I have this piece of metal up here because I don't have a lock on it like most ball winders have, and that's no big deal. It just sort of depends on what rotates versus what doesn't rotate. And then in the background is the mattress, which this is normally where we end up setting up people when they stay over at our house. We'll tilt this back up again. That's really high. Tilt that back down. The red wall that you see is the Lego room. And keep rotating around. And then this is where I was recording last week, or whatever. This was where I was recording Monday. So I had my table set up, my tea cloth, and then whatever, a bunch of various and sundry things. But it works out. So we're rotated all the way back around again, and that is the wonder of the yarn room. So, oops, I'm sitting on my sock. I threw that there. Why didn't I remember? So that is the story there. So it's a little bit messy. Maybe I'll take a photo after I've put everything away and figured out what in the world I am knitting. What in the world I am knitting for the fingerless mitts. Well, I guess the half-fingered mitts. But that is definitely high on the priority list. But making sure my mother-in-law doesn't have a ball winder, that would have been a good present for her. Oh well, whatever. We're actually going to be doing something else for them, so that's okay. So I'll have to let you guys know or take a photo after I'm done organizing, because that'll probably be the next order of business. As before, I'm probably going to be recording, not at my in-laws' house, but actually afterwards, so that'll be somewhere between the 28th of December and the 31st. So, as expected, so that'll be when episode 23 falls. And I hope you guys have a really wonderful holiday, whether you celebrate Christmas or not. And I hope you guys have a lovely week full of knitting and spinning and fun. So take care, guys. Bye-bye.